Hey everyone, Kyle once again. So, welcome back to another movie review and another rant. Now, I'm reviewing another shitty superhero film, and for good reason. I definitely know why, even though I know I've seen this one before though still, but I definitely know why a lot of people hate this film and why it's considered one of the worst movies / superhero films of all time. Let alone one of the worst movies of all time as well, but still. Now, I am not overly like my previous review of Steel. That just made me very mad because to me that is the worst superhero film from DC property. It is. It is humiliatingly embarrassing movie for Shaquille O'Neal, especially just everything about it is bad. Like I said, I gave a couple of positive things, only one or two, but still, it is a big pile of shit. It has no cult following. Everybody hates the movie. It deservedly so. But here, the next one, since I was continuing on this little trend of superhero films I've been doing, like both these films I think are better than both these movies because The Phantom I love. Same with The Shadow, I love even more still. You know, both those movies are better than Steel, and this is another god-awful piece of crap. And this is yet another film from the DC property, and I put this as the second worst DC film. It is. I would say it is another god-awful piece of shit, garbage, pile of nothing. Everything in the book, everything. This is just another cringe-inducing, embarrassing, awful movie, and that is of Catwoman. Yeah, Catwoman. And this is I wanted to rant for a long time as well. Like Steve, well, where do I start with this film? And the thing is though, I like Halle Berry as an actress. I like her a lot of movies she's been in. I liked her as Storm in the X-Men films. Even from last year from John Wick 3 I like. But I liked her in another film. I like she's a good actress. And even the film Kidnap, which they got a lot of hate though, which I'm one of the few people that do like it though. But still, Halle Berry did a good job in that movie. Here, she's just utterly embarrassing in this movie. She's just awful. She's just awful in this movie. Awful in this movie. Everything in this film is awful in this one. Now, one thing I could say, a good thing I could say about this film. I mean, as like I said, Steel, as awful as that movie is, I forgot to mention there is a couple of decent practical explosions in there. I mean, that stuff, okay, I'll probably say after what I said, there's some decent practical stuff in there, though, which I'll say it's sad to say, as awful as that film is, it had better effects than this piece of garbage, too. But at least, I say this is the second worst because I prefer Halle Berry more than Shaquille O'Neal. Because she's a much better actress than Shaquille O'Neal is. Because Shaquille O'Neal, he can't act his way out of his paper bag. Even, another thing I forgot to mention, even Michael Jordan, another basketball player, playing as himself in Space Jam, he's better acted than Shaquille O'Neal is than Steel. Or even Kazam. That's how awful Shaquille O'Neal is. I'm sorry. But getting back on the hand, but Catwoman, yeah. There's not one good thing I can say about this movie at all. The cast of the film, Halle Berry, she's awful, embarrassing, and humiliating herself in this film. Benjamin Bratt, another actor I like. He has nothing given to do in this film. He plays a detective, a cop. He's in a nothing role. And especially the love interest for Halle Berry. Other cast members, Sharon, your villain, Sharon Stone. She's also awful in this movie as well as the lame villain. And yet another film like with Steel, it's like irrelevant for essentially the world of Superman and all that stuff, or Batman. Well, Steel was like really Superman, but this is here to more relate because she's the villain of Batman though, but I don't know much about the comics, although she does have a thing for the Catwoman herself has a thing for Batman though, but And I know of the character, the first Catwoman was Selena Kyle, and that was about it, though. But here, this is not Selena Kyle in this one. This is by the name of Patience Phillips. So yeah, I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman Returns she's the perfect Catwoman. You know, the costume looked much better. She did a really great job as Catwoman, Selena Kyle. You know, she kicks a lot of ass. She's a badass Catwoman. Here, the costume was good as Catwoman in Batman Returns. Here, the costume in this is just awful in this one. It looks like a Catwoman of a superhero version wearing of S&M dungeon, all that stuff. I mean, just the costume in this one is awful. Even though if people want to complain about the costume for the Phantom, Billy Zane, because it's a purple suit, that costume is much better than this costume in here. Or even the Shadow is much cooler, badass look, and Alec Baldwin's Shadow, the cool costume look, it's a much better costume than this. And some people don't like the Shadow or the Phantom, but you know what? 10 times better movies than this movie, or Steel. If you want to talk about superheroes. Okay. And before I get into the plot, there's more things. But yeah, this one is rightfully so panned by critics. Has a 9% Rotten Tomatoes. Surprisingly, this is much lower rating than Steel is, because Steel has a 12%. But this has a 9% Rotten Tomatoes. This has a slightly higher rating than Steel's on IMDb. This has a 3.4, while Steel has 2.8. But still, really low ratings, and they deserve it so. And then this was even and this was a massive box office bomb as well. This cost about $100 million. Domestically made $40 million. Worldwide made $82 million. So this was a massive flop. Because I think people don't care about Catwoman have her own solo movie. I think that's one of the reasons. I think. And it was nominated and won a lot of Razzies. This was nominated for Worst Picture, Worst Actress, Worst Supporting Actor, Worst Supporting Actress, Worst Screen Couple, Worst Director, and Worst Screenplay. And this won like about 4 Razzies. This is one for Worst Picture, Worst Actress, Worst Director, and Worst Screenplay. And this even won a lot of Stinker's Bad Movie Awards as well. For Worst Supporting Actress, Worst Director, Worst Picture, and least Special Effects. Yeah, because okay, they complained about not only the cast, but the effects in this film was god awful. The horrible CGI, especially with such a CGI cast, even a CGI spider and a seagull as well. When there's a scene where Halle Berry gets scared of a CGI spider and a seagull, god awful CGI, especially when she is moving faster, like on walls or whatever. God awful CGI. It is some of the worst CGI I've seen, and let alone the editing in this film is also one of some of the worst editing I've seen also in a film. So like some of the worst CGI, some of the worst editing I've seen in a movie. And the director, this hack of a director named Pitof. Yeah, his name should be Piss Off, basically. That's what it is. And it's a good thing he's never directed a film after this again. That's what his name is. He pissed off and never be seen or heard from again. Piss Off Pitof. Or Pitof Pissed Off. Piss Off. This guy's a hack of a director for this film. And there's no reason why he never directed a film again like this. Should probably just go back and I think he did music videos, I forget, but he should probably stick to doing that. So yeah. The cast horrible CGI, horrible editing, and story-wise is horrible. Characters are horrible. Even the humor is horrible. But the directing is horrible. Even the music sucked. Lame villain. There's not one good thing there's not one good thing I can say about this movie. But getting all that aside, the plot is Halle Berry plays Patience Phillips. She works at a cosmetic company that's led by Sharon Stone. One thing leads to another. She hears about all the secret stuff, and then she supposedly she gets her Sharon Stone's henchman gets hired to kill Halle Berry. They shove her down this huge pipe, which I thought was should have been like a gigantic toilet she got flushed down to. but she supposedly drowned. All these CGI cats come in, especially the lead cat. Barfs off this mist into Halle Berry. It's basically blah. This one makes me want to freaking puke. Yeah, but it pukes out this mist, this gas, and into Halle Berry, and that's how she becomes Catwoman. So I guess now with this power she now has the abilities of a cat. Which I'm sorry, I think. Why does it give her powers like a cat? I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman Returns didn't have that. All she did, she was just a good fighter. She didn't have all these agility, ability, for speed and all that stuff. She just knew how to fight. That was basically it. She was, and also the thing is, she was also a cat burglar. She was not this supernatural superhero that had these abilities of a cat and all that. That's why he's. And the thing is, like the 9 lives thing. So I have 9 lives, and but Michelle Pfeiffer is a better Catwoman than Halle Berry is. She was badass and sexy as well. You can say, especially in the Catwoman suit. Meow. I enjoy Batman Returns, especially with Danny DeVito as the Penguin and Michael Keaton once again as Batman. Good sequel. Solid sequel. Especially the good directing by Tim Burton. I mean, this guy Pitof cannot hold where he has no talent as Pinky than what Tim Burton has. Especially to direct a film that's based on DC Comics. And then with Sharon Stone's whole thing is that she has this cosmetic cream that can melt skin. But it doesn't affect on her because she's used it so many times on her, so it makes her skin as hard as a rock, basically. Or was it marble? They said. Who cares? It's hard as a rock. So, and then Catwoman uses her ability to get this freaking costume as an S&M, and then so for some reason she feels bad because she steals some stuff, what was it, I forget, jewelry or something, and then she feels bad about it, she puts the stuff back. Okay, why you feel bad about stealing this stuff? And then she gets to the fight with the guy, I forget the guy's name. He was in the Street Fighter film with Van Damme. I forget the guy's name, though. Because I recognize it. It's oh yeah, that's the guy from the Van Damme Street Fighter movie. But he gets his ass kicked and like that. And with all the stuff with Benjamin Bratt going on, he's a dimwit of he's a nothing copy. Is there one point where with Halle Berry, with him and Halle Berry in the basketball court, and it seems like they're about to, get it on, especially in front of all these kids are watching. I'm like, are you really about to do this in front of a whole bunch of kids? Yeah, frick, man. Why? You think if you do that, you start doing that with all the kids watching? Aren't you embarrassed about doing that by going off like that? And the jokes are not even that funny. Like one guy says, "Oh, man sandwich, 12 o'clock." Perfect. Yeah. The humor in this is. There's not much to stick up with the humor because it's not funny at all. It's like with Steel, it tries to be funny, it's not. I don't know who's a much worse villain. Either Sharon Stone or Judd Nelson from Steel. Because they're both shitty villains. Like, Judd Nelson uses a crappy arms dealer. Sharon Stone, she wants to kill people with her cosmetic cream. Or cosmetic stuff, whatever. I don't know who's worse. I don't know like I said, I think Steel is much worse because, like I said, Halle Berry, she can act. I prefer Halle Berry more than Shaquille O'Neal. That's why Steel is the worst of the DC properties, and then I put Catwoman second because, like I said, Halle Berry, why she chose to do this, I have no idea, but hey, for a paycheck, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, but still, she's acted better in other movies. That's why this is the second worst DC. More because Halle Berry can do more stuff than what Shaquille O'Neal, more than Shaquille O'Neal can. But still, or I can probably say both these films are equally as bad. And then one of the when they get the lame when she gets Halle Berry gets the lame fight with Sharon Stone. Like Sharon Stone, she can't fight, but she gets her ass kicked because, like, I guess the stuff she's been taken and make her skin as hard as hard as steel or a rock, whatever. That she cannot feel pain, but I swear I'm trying to think of anything else because this film is leaving my brain as it is because I'm trying so hard to forget this movie. That's why I'm trying to remember everything I could. And for good reason, because I want to forget about this movie. It is a very completely forgettable movie. Like I said, even the DC Universe movies, like Suicide Squad, or even Man of Steel, is I'd rather watch than this. Over especially Suicide Squad, because I like Will Smith and I like Margot Robbie. But Shazam is much better. Joker is much better. Joker and Shazam are 10 times better than this. Even the other ones from the DC, like I said, Suicide Squad, Man of Steel, they're much better movies. Or even, let's say, as bad as Batman v Superman is, it's better than this. Even Justice League is better than this. But yeah. I don't know what I can say about this god-awful movie. I'm not very enraged by it, like how I was about Steel. Because Steel is very cringe-inducing as well. But this is just even as bad as cringe-inducing as this, especially with watching the god-awful CGI, the bad acting, and the editing, and everything about this film. Like I said, everything like directing, acting, score, effects, editing, story, characters, humor. Everything about this film sucks. And this is what's surprising. This has freaking features. This has features. This has an exciting alternate ending and additional scenes. Exciting. This has 2 documentaries. The Many Faces of Catwoman profiles of the evolution of this legendary character. Then go on the prowl as cast and creators lure you behind the scenes. This has features, really. Well, I wouldn't be surprised because Batman and Robin has features as well. Even Batman and Robin, I admit, is much better than this because there's a lot of because the production design, the practical sets and stuff like that. And the practical vehicles, the designs of them, and I would say it's much better production design than this. I hate to say even Batman and Robin is better than this. Like I said, the CGI cat just barfs this gas into her mouth, and then she before she gets so hopped up with catnip, you know, she's like smoking, like taking like freaking like just getting high on the stuff because that's what kid does to cats. Or silly for a scene when she goes and hisses at some dogs that are barking on her. Man. This is for good reason why this film bombed, and why this film gets hated by critics, and why it won the Razzies, and why it's being called one of the worst films, let alone superhero films of all time, and just in general one of the worst movies of all time, for good reason. Because is it that people thought that this would be good for a Catwoman to have her own solo movie without no Batman in it? Because the thing, one thing is because the character of Catwoman, she likes Batman. From what I remember, I think it was from especially from the animated cartoon show. For what I remember, they don't even mention Batman in this, or I don't think Gotham either, unless I missed it. But because this film just makes me want to freaking puke and probably didn't see it or hear it. Pitof, goddamn. I don't know what I can say. Halle Berry, she's done much better work. I don't know why she chose to do this role. Her costume is just so freaking awful. Like I said, I have doing an S&M dungeon video. God. And I wouldn't be surprised if my brother likes this film, because like he likes bad movies. He likes to watch, oh, this is so terrible, it's funny and good. Like I said, my brother, how he thinks sometimes. So yeah, Catwoman. Another god-awful piece of garbage, especially for a superhero movie. It's definitely one of the worst, rightfully so. Like I said, Steel I still probably say is the worst, because like I said, Halle Berry is a much better actress than Shaquille O'Neal, though, but this is definitely close number 2. Because both these films are god-awful. Let me hold a second here. Where is it? Here. Just stay away from both these movies. If you're fans of DC, if anyone who's a fan of DC Comics, if you have whatever dignity you have, you stay away from these movies. And I know my friend, Peter Freakout 10. Hey, Peter Freakout 10, if you're watching, you reviewed this film a while back, and I saw your review, and I know what pain you were when you were after you did that review. You were so disgusted by the film. I feel the same way, man. If you're watching this, Peter Freakout 10, yeah, he reviewed this film. He was disgusted by this film, and so am I. I am disgusted by the film. Both these films are disgusting. So yeah. Stay away from these movies, please. Don't. If you want to watch them, go right ahead. I won't stop you though. So, but yeah, thanks for watching for my rant on Catwoman. I don't want to go any further on this now because I don't want to make this too long a video. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next movie review, and we'll see you later. Bye.